Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila B. and I'm coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 5, Episode 22, Too Little, Too Late. Okay, so the episode picks up where it left off with Zach and Fatima. And I just also wanted to let you all know that I am going on vacation all next week. So I know Zatima starts, and I am going to review the show, but I'm going to be reviewing it late. So, don't start without me. Or if you started without me, come back and watch me so we can get it in and talk about it. And, think and just, our thoughts on the first episode of Zatima. But yeah, also please don't hesitate to comment and subscribe on my commentary on the road to 3,000, and also like my commentary. The more you like the commentary, the more it goes up in the algorithm, and more people will start to view my content. And yeah, so what y'all think about this episode, this season finale? I guess it got better toward the end a little bit. I don't know. It was okay. It was okay. But just let me know what you thought about it. Did some of the things that you thought were going to happen? Did we get our minds changed on a lot of things? I know one of the main things was this whole Fatima and this baby situation. So a lot of y'all were wrong. That makes sense. You were right because of the fact. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Here we go. Episode picks up where it left off, where Zach confronting Fatima about this baby. Your baby daddy came to my house. Hold on. Did you tell me everything about the baby? Hold on. Did you tell me everything about your life? Yeah. You got a baby daddy? Anyway. So, you got a baby daddy. Where your baby daddy come from? She said she can't stand him. She didn't like the little boy. It was just, y'all forgive me, but this really did nothing for me. It really didn't. Because the whole thing was a setup. She set up everything. She wanted Zach to feel how she felt while these women pop up talking about, I'm your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? We got a baby together. So she pretty much, this was a setup that Fatima came up, that Tyler Perry wrote to come with us with this BS. Pretty much, that's what it is. Fatima ain't got no baby. That's why I said y'all was wrong. I was really going to try to go into it, but it wasn't no need. It ain't even no need for me to even try to do this whole conversation, because of the simple fact that Fatima was playing games. No, it ain't no Joey. No, it ain't no little Joey Jr. No, the baby ain't 9 years old. She says she not that person. If she had a baby, she's not that mother. She's not that person. Zach, I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no kids. She just wanted Zach to feel how she felt. Did it work? Yes, it did work, because Zach's emotions were all over the place. He's like, who are you? Who in the world are you? And she was giving him all this stuff. I ain't got to tell you nothing. This was before you. But, it is what it is. Here we are. Fatima ain't got no baby. Y'all was wrong. And I was just all over the place, because I was just like, this is stupid. Why would this girl have a baby that she would leave after 9 years old? Then talking about she ain't like the little B word, the little beastard. It didn't make sense. And it made sense to none of us. And as we try to make logic of this, and it just wasn't logical. So thank you, Tyler Perry, for playing a game with us and playing with our heads and letting us think something that was not. Therefore, it is. So no, Fatima ain't got no baby. And it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. All right. They finna go get something to eat because she's still hungry. All right. So now we still haven't figured out this Aaron John situation. Karen finally comes around. Now, how many times did this Jennifer girl slap Aaron? Because when Karen was in the shop, she slapped Aaron. Then when she came outside looking, she slapped Aaron. But Jennifer mad. She was like, tell her, come here. You girl. Just all over the place. Aaron John trying to calm her down. You know, please leave. Don't come over here with this. Go away from me with this. Karen, she just over there quiet. She just really just looking. She's really trying to read the room. She is trying to understand, why is this girl over in front of my shop calling this dude that I know, Aaron John? So she's trying to figure out the situation. Pam in the background instigating, as always. So Jennifer, she's doing the same thing to you. Did he tell you the only one? Just throwing all this stuff out. And after it was all said and done, he yelled at her, "Get away from me. Go away." Then she slapped him, tell him F you, and she gone about her life. So Karen, he goes immediately to Karen, because she's like, who is she? She's a stalker. She's been following me. She's a stalker. So I'm like, that's the best you came up with, Aaron, that she's a stalker? And he said he's going to go press charges. So no, we have no answers. And he said that he will explain everything to Karen later. I'm just so surprised that, well, maybe it's the motherhood, because I'm surprised that Karen hasn't raised her voice and accused him of being this weirdo, crazy person. Like, she didn't accuse him of nothing. He just was like, I'm going to explain to you later. And she said, okay. And he's going to press charges. And she says, okay. So he gets into his car and he drives off. And I'm just like, girl, what is going on? So the only smart person in this situation is Pam. Because Pam, like, you don't want to talk about this? Like, really? Like, you really don't have any questions? Because Pam said she took the license plate. While they was running around that car and while Aaron getting slapped in the face twice, she got the license plate. And I don't know how she got that license plate, because I could have sworn that she was behind Karen. So she must got some type of roundabout x-ray vision somehow that can penetrate through stuff to get license plates. And then she says that, Karen, I got a friend that works down there at the police station, so I can figure out who this girl is. Karen don't want to do that. Then she said, once I get the information, I'm going to find a girl on social media and I'm going to really dig into who she is. But Karen act like she don't want to hear it. And Pam like, girl, it's always the fine ones. And then she said, so you really don't want to know, because this is the same person whose wife came into your shop and blew her brains out right in front of you. And you really don't want to know who this man is. Really, Karen? Really? Are you stupid or are you dumb? Which one? Because whichever one would describe you. But you got all this mouth for Zach, but now you ain't got nothing? Really nothing. I'm with Pam. Pam, do what it need to be done, because I'm trying to figure out who Aaron John is. Who is this man? Who is Jennifer? I know she just ain't no stalker. Let me know, Pam. If Karen don't want to know, let me know. And we can figure this thing out. Because anyway, she's stupid and dumb, and she acting real foolish right now. So, back over at Q's place. Why I keep calling this man Q? Back over at Maurice's place, Calvin comes in and Maurice wants to apologize to Calvin. And Calvin is just like, okay. And Calvin is like, Maurice, he just didn't take your stuff. He took my stuff too. Maurice is upset about the fact that he got to drink out of red paper cups. But I'm just like, I mean, he took your cups. What you gonna do? And Maurice says he's not like Calvin. He's not just going to sit up and let somebody rob him and take his stuff. And Calvin is just like, you need to let it go. And Maurice says he don't start nothing, but he is going to get his stuff back. He said it's a tracker on his car, and he going to find out where it is. He got a spare. He has a spare set of keys, and he's just going to go and get his car. But it ain't that easy, Maurice. Calvin's whole thing is just let it go. The African bio got you out of jail. Why do you keep calling him that? Because right now Calvin wants to be very disrespectful. I mean, he is an African, but at the same time, he is a prince. And at the same time, you know his name. So just address him as such. But Calvin is like, you don't know what you're getting into. This man put up $1.5 million. You still have to go to trial. Maurice like, go to trial? Yes, you got to take that stuff to trial. Because you can't get in trouble, Maurice. You can't jump bail. You can't get in trouble. Because if you get in trouble, then that's going to stop this man from getting his money back. And Calvin don't want to put Sabrina in any type of debt with this Bayou guy. That's why he's trying to get Maurice to calm down. But Maurice said that he wants Q going forever. Sometimes you got to know when to hold him. You got to know when to fold him. You got to know when to walk away. You got to know when to run. And at this particular situation, Maurice, you need to just fold them, hold them, run, walk away. Because this fight ain't your fight. And we'll see later. Well, child, we'll see later on in the episode. You gotta let it go. But Maurice, he Big Billy. He Big Billy right now. So, he gonna go try to get his stuff back. You can't have all his stuff, Q. At least he want his cop back. At least, you done took the refrigerator, the microwave, the crystal glasses, shoes, golf clubs, clothes. You done sold them on OfferUp. You done went down and put them on Poshmark. You done sold this man stuff. At least he want his car back. And you ain't finna get that either. All right. So now back over here at Robin's law firm, Beavis and Butthead think they won. We never really got a resolve to the ending of this because they're gloating. They're like, it's 5 o'clock. Robin isn't back. So I think that's it. The only thing they have to do now is send an email to the partners to let them know that Robin hasn't gave the money. Hayden said he knew Robin wasn't going to come up with that money. But Robin isn't there to even, justify what he was doing or give them any type of conversation about nothing. Robin really just left them high and dry and left them there to figure out what they was going to do next. But they feel like they won. But they said they wish they would have saw the look on Robin's face to saw that they just went ahead and took this man law firm. So Hayden went, sent the email. They said the only thing that Robin could do is contest it. But maybe Robin put the money in the bank already, but they were just too dumb to check the account to see that Robin actually may have really won. And when the partners email them back, they'll already see that he already came up with the money. So maybe in the end, they'll be the ones looking with egg on their face because I really want them to lose. I really, really do. I really do. And so while they feel like they're on this victory high, Gary wants to go celebrate. Hayden said he finna go celebrate with Tamara. And Gary like, have you vetted this girl? Do you really even know who she is? You know what I'm saying? This is the warning before the storm. Warning, you need to figure out who Tamara is. You need to, and then Gary said, I will do it. But Hayden over there, I know who she is. I vetted her. I vetted her on top of the head, on the bottom of the head, inside out. He know her from corner to corner, wall to wall. All these innuendos. So he like, are you sure? You know what you're doing? Yes, I know what I'm doing. He do that smirk. I know what I'm doing. He was like, all right, because you know you the king of getting played. So maybe he gon', what they say, what he don't know won't hurt him. So he gonna go down smiling, played and all. Just like you said, Gary, you gonna go down smiling, Andy playing you and all. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So Gary's happy. He sees Andy in the hallway. He all smiles. Everything is done. Can I see you later? Andy says, pretty much yeah. So he walks on. Then Fatima comes, talking to him. She don't like Gary. She looking at him like, ugh, whatever. Andy just like, okay, she don't want to go there with Fatima. So she says she got to get ready to go. Andy asked Fatima about Zach. She said, yeah, Zach is good. I had to, I'm going to tell you, how I played him later. Well, the little scheme that she set up about him later. But she happy about it, and now she moved on with her life. Now, Zach is over at Karen's hair mastery. Because he wants to make sure to see if he wants to go apologize to Karen and to see if Karen has signed the papers, right? So when he come in, he sees Pam. Pam just like, this ain't the time. Don't go in there right now. She's in a mood. And Pam is slick trying to tell her, the woman came over here earlier, and Karen saw the woman. But Zach like, look, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't want to know about it. She said, I'm trying to tell you, this is not the right time. You need to come back and let her calm down. Again, hindsight 2020, warning before destruction. But Zach still gonna take it upon himself to go on back in there and talk to Karen. So Karen, as soon as he walked in, Karen rolled her eyes like, what do you want? He says he wants to apologize. She was like, okay. But she really ain't trying to hear him right now. She ain't trying to accept his apology. And she told him too, I ain't signing them papers. And if I do decide to sign these papers, I'll let you know. And then he goes on to say, well, dang, you like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Can you just leave, Zach? Just leave. You know what I'm saying? You see she don't feel like talking. Can you read the room? Just let it be. She already done told you. She ain't signing the papers, but if she do sign them, she'll let you know. So walk on about your life. She already said she don't want to talk to you. Just leave it alone. This is called being an adult. Knowing when to leave. Hold them, fold them, walk away. This is just the time. And then my thing is this. There was a conversation in the comments about Karen already signing the papers. But I don't know. This is confusing for me because she did tell Aaron that she signed the papers, but I thought the whole thing was for Andy to look over everything just to give her the okay. Like, this is a good deal. Because as long as Zach ain't got the papers in hand, it doesn't matter if she already signed them or not. She has to give them back to him. So that's the reason why Andy had to look over everything just to say if these are good to go. Yes, she can sign them, but if they ain't back in, in process and all this stuff, then it don't matter if she signed them before or after, because Andy has to still give the okay. Does that make sense? She said she signed them. Zach told her to look them over with the lawyer. So Andy is the lawyer. Andy said she was going to go and tell Karen it's okay, that everything is good and valid with this contract. So then that's when they have to give the papers back to Zach signed. Nobody has given Zach back his copy of the papers signed. So that's why she can kind of toy with the sign them, not signing them, signing, not signing them, because everything has to be given back to him. And as long as he ain't got the papers, she can still say sign, not sign. Even though she signed them, she still ain't got to give them back to him. Does that make sense? I think it does in my head, but sometimes my head is all over the place. That's what I get from it. All right, so Zach ends up leaving, right? Pam comes in, and Pam is just like, hey, you good? Okay, so my friend down at the police office, she ran the plates. Do you want to know what's going on? Karen said no. I'm like, are you stupid or are you dumb? Like, what is the problem? You can find out everything you need to know about this woman. You can even find out if Aaron John actually went down there to file a police report against her. Everything you know is in your face. Well, everything you want to know is in your face. But you be having all this mouth for Zach about what you is and what you ain't gonna do. But you can't even, it's like she has the spirit of avoidance. You know what I'm saying? I guess, because I do that too. If I'm at work and I feel like this is too much work for me to be doing right now, I'm just going to come back to it later. I don't want to deal with it right now. And when I need to regather and regroup myself, then I go back to my work and then I'll get it done. Just like even around the house. If I got to clean out my closet, I'm like, man, I gotta clean my closet. I don't feel like, man, it's the spirit of avoidance. And then once I've wrapped my head around everything, I'm like, okay, now let me go ahead and tackle this situation. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe this is what it is. Maybe she just don't want to deal with it right now because all of this stuff just happened. Like right in her face, less than 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna chalk it up to that. I'm gonna chalk it up to maybe she just don't want to deal with it right now, but she's going to get to it later. Okay? All right. And then Pam leaves. She gets on the phone and she calls. Oh yeah, they had that whole back and forth about her locking up her building. You know, all of this stuff. Anyway. But anyway, so after she go ahead and leave, she calls Karen. What's her name? What's the people's name? She calls Andy on the phone. Okay, we meeting at the house. Why do I woo woo? That's weird. So now, boy, they got over there fast, didn't they? Yeah, Tyler Perry land. Now, I actually thought that this scene was actually better. This scene was actually really, really good. And this is why I'm going to tell you. This is why. Because they came there to intervention. They came there to intervention Danny, but Danny intervention them. When I tell you she read every last one of them for the filth, FILFT, she did. And I was like this, round of applause. Round of applause. So, they come in there like they finna get ready to put Karen, like they finna put Danny in her place. They finna make Danny see the light of the world, of her ways, in her hot girl, cold girl summer. You know what I'm saying? So they coming in there one by one. Oh, because Sabrina comes in first. So you just gonna bust into my house? Yes. Oh, and you brought the bewitches with you. So they all come in one by one. Yep, we here and we ain't going nowhere. We in the house, we ain't going nowhere. GP, are you with me? And sisters, are you with me? Oh yeah. We finna have an intervention. We ain't going nowhere. All right. So Danny, what is going on with you? Now listen, I'm about to ad-lib this for real. That's what I'm about to do. So get ready. It's not gonna be verbatim. It's gonna be a paraphrased for real. So it is what it is. So they come in there. Danny, you okay? You good? You know. So Danny just looking at him. And did y'all notice how they was shooting this scene? How they just showed single shots of everybody's face, almost as if they were talking directly into the camera, and Danny is the camera. I said the only person they didn't get talking was me. You know what I'm saying? So they coming at Danny. Danny, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? How are you? And she said, so y'all really gonna come over here with this intervention? And she said, really? None of y'all can really tell me about the men that I brought in my house or about the men that I've dated, because we can do a tally. We can go man for man. And then they go back to college. Oh, so y'all want to bring up college. But y'all was doing man for man in college. Do you want to do a tally? You know what I'm saying? And so they really couldn't really get with her, because every time they tried to get with her, she put it back in their face. And then they bring up this whole deal that happened in college. She was insecure about her weight. I guess she was heavier. And she was trying to, I guess what they were trying to say, sleep around and make herself feel better. But then they said, but why can't I use these men the way that they was quote unquote using me? So it's okay for them to use me, but I can't use them. You know, so they was trying to do the whole weight thing. And then they had brought up Medea goes to jail. Remember when Keisha Knight pulled them out at when she was back in college and then she was drunk and then the dudes tried to take advantage of her. So Tyler reached that back in the vault and pulled up Medea goes to jail. And that's what that was. Nothing happened, but it could have happened. And they tried to. And then they spread rumors about her back in college. I just felt like that whole college excuse, that was really irrelevant. It was null and void because that doesn't solve a problem. I mean, that didn't even give me nothing. I was like, really, Medea goes to jail? Okay, whatever. They could have kept that. Tyler, you could have kept that. So, Danny goes off into the whole hot girl summer. She said, yeah, that happened back, but she said everybody was doing this. And then they bring up the fact that you brought a man into your house that pretty much took advantage of you. And that's when, and then they bring up the whole Preston thing, oh, Preston perfect, all that stuff. But then she says, but you want to talk about a man that I brought in my house. The same man that slapped me multiple times. The same man that spat on me. The same man that, yes, I ran over with my car. But you're in the house that it happened. Like, this is where it happened, in my home. And she's pretty much saying, this is what I have to deal with that. But y'all come over here to tell me about something that happened in my home. We could have did this somewhere else. Y'all bringing up old memory stuff that I'm trying to suppress. But y'all bringing this up. And then this is where it got good. She said, y'all trying to tell me, I'm hitting my chest if y'all don't hear it, about me. But Sabrina, hold on, did she start? She started with who? I'm gonna go with Sabrina first, because Sabrina, you now she started with Andy, but I'm okay, because I like how she did Andy. Now, I'm gonna do Sabrina first. She said, Sabrina, you were messing with a man that wear the panties and that like vibrators, and then you ended up messing with somebody. What she said that he was, I don't know, she sounded like a happy-go-lucky, something. She brought up Calvin. He was confused about what he got going on, but you still mess with him. And then she went, now I'm going to talk about Danny. Then I'm talking about Andy. She said that Andy is talking to a man, Gary, that was married. I said, ooh, you bringing up, he had the wife. He was married. And then he pushed her off the roof. He pushed her off the roof. Oh, you know what? It was an accident. He accidentally pushed her off the roof. And remember that crazy never dies. And she stalked him, got into your house, shot him, pulled the gun on you. And then she sued all of us. But you want to come and talk to me about what I had going on. And then she went to Karen and said, you, Karen, want to come at me, but you fooling around with the preacher pastor. His wife knocked herself off in front of you, brains everywhere. And then you get back with him and you don't even know who your baby daddy. Oh, let me keep it together. And you don't even know who your baby daddy is. I said, check and mate. And she said, y'all want to say we sisters. They said, it doesn't matter. I know what you're doing. We're not going anywhere. We're going to stay right here because we're a sister. Sisters? So we sisters. That's when she brought y'all coming to my house and all this stuff. So we sisters. You know what? How about I leave? Well, we're going to stay here until you get back. I was like, yeah. Because really, y'all have no right to tell Danny about nothing that she got going on in her life. And Andy was trying to be shady. Why? Because, Karen pregnant. They're going to say, are you sure you not pregnant, Danny? I was like, dang, are you sure you not pregnant, Andy? Because you was messing with two men at the same time. Oh, and she brought up the janitor you was on the mama couch. I said, Danny, You better read. And then Danny said, then you come to me for advice. And y'all try to come and tell me about my life when you came to me for advice. I said, Danny, you better read. You better read. You better read. Yes, you better. Yes, she told Karen too. Oh, but by your standards, by your judging, you misjudgment of them all. But you don't know who your baby daddy is. I told y'all, I ad-libbed this whole thing. I paraphrased this whole conversation. Y'all could put extra stuff in the comments, but that's just what it is. But I was just like, yeah, round of applause. She said, you know what, I'll leave. Oh, yeah, Sabrina brought up Preston. Preston, perfect. Perfect Preston. Okay, well, you date him then. You know, she said, just because I'm not ready to do that, I'm not. So y'all not gonna make me do something, or y'all not gonna make me feel any type of way about what I got going on when you, all three of y'all can't, only God can judge me right now in my Tupac voice. Sabrina, you're no victim. It is what it is. She said, I'll leave. And she happily gets in her car and she leave. But they back there, we gonna be here when you get back. Okay. I holler at y'all then. But I said, yeah. And I've been saying the whole thing. Danny needs a person that is a professional that doesn't know her and don't know y'all. And that's what I've been saying. Because can't none one of y'all tell Danny about her life when y'all trying to figure out y'all own. That's like two black pots calling each other black in the pot and the coffee talking to the kettle that's black too. It is what it is. All right. Good job, Danny. Good job. Even though I don't agree with you bringing up the strays. Oh, yeah. And then there were 3. That didn't work out well. No, it did not. So what y'all gonna do now? Sit there and look stupid? Is you dumb or is you stupid? Anyway, look at y'all. Oh, bye. So, Fatima comes home. She's happy, because she got the paperwork for Heather because she said, somebody's finna knock on your door. Who finna knock on my door? You'll see it. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? It's Heather, right? So, Heather comes in. You know what? I think Heather is very pretty. I was just looking at her. I said, she is really pretty. And I actually like her. I thought she was really funny. I actually liked her. You know what made me stop? You know what made me start liking her? I started liking her last episode because of the way that Hayden did her. I thought that was real wrong and that was disrespectful and rude. And then when she went into Fatima's office and she just genuinely looked sad. And that's when I was like, oh, I like you, Heather. And I almost, y'all don't be mad at me, but I almost really want that to be Zach baby. They need to do another DNA test, but hey, they gonna get along with him having 2 baby mamas. You ain't mad, why should I be mad? So let me speed this up. So Heather comes in and Zach over there looking at her, mugging her up and down. And she was just like, I don't understand why you looking at me like that. Do I need to call the police? This don't feel safe. This don't feel safe. I need to call the police. Fatima like, girl, just sit down and listen to the man talk. Hear him out. So she sit there and she listened. And Zach said, okay, so Heather, I'll give you $2,000. $2,000? Shoot your ass up. What them papers said? I ain't got to read no. I signed up. What I get? $2,000. But you know what? $2,000, that's the equivalent of somebody making $35,000 to $40,000 a year. I'll say maybe $36,000, $38,000. $2,000, yeah, that's a full-time job. Because yeah. So Zach is her full-time job. Because that's about making $38,000 a year. You bringing home $2,000 a month. And mind you, this money is tax-free. Hold on, is it? Yeah, because they're not going through no courts. So he is literally putting $2,000 in her bank account. No taxes being drawn out. Because if they would have went through the child support system, it would have been $2,000. But the courts got to take their money. So yeah. I said, that's good, girl. She said, shoot. And he said, but I want to be able to see my son. She said, you can see your son anytime you want. Matter of fact, I'll bring him over here. He can live with you. He can live with you if you want him. You want him? He in the car right He in the car right now. I don't think she said he was in the car. She said he around the corner. Something, but I know he was close by. She said, I'll bring him to you right now. It's what, 9 o'clock tonight? I got his drawers, his socks, his shoes, his clothes. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to buy him new clothes, that's okay. I said, Heather, good job. She wasn't tripping. And they gonna talk about, do you want to look it over? You gotta have your lawyer looking over it first. Okay. Okay. Do you have a lawyer? Yeah, yeah, I'll find somebody, John around the corner. She ain't going to take that to no lawyer. She just gonna look at them papers, sign them, and give them to him. And then Fatima gonna say, well, and if you don't agree with this $2,000, it's either this or you getting nothing. So, but what's the point of you having her have a lawyer look over him? Well, I guess for their own record keeping. They had a lawyer actually, you know what I'm saying? So it's for their record keeping. So they can't go back to the courts and say Zach wasn't doing anything. Because this is what I do know about the child support system. It's all monetary. You can't say I bought clothes. You can't say I bought shoes. You can't say none of that. They want to know how much money did you give. So by them actually saying money, they're going to keep record of everything. So she can't go back and say, you know what I'm saying? It was out of distress. She can't say that they made me sign these papers. She can't say anything. So that's why they're like, you get your lawyer to look over it, so we can have our documentation. It was verified by a certified lawyer. So yeah, I get that. But yeah, you come get this baby. Come get little Zachy, whatever his name is. Bye, baby. So she gone by her business. She life. She happy. And now Zach over there. Can you believe this? Zach, you ain't got time to be judgy. You ain't, because the way you was living inside and outside of your car, you can't judge nobody. You the one running around here having drunken nights and sleeping, with strippers and everything else. So you just be happy. It's okay. It's okay. You just be happy that Fatima ain't got no baby daddies that you got to deal with. So everybody happy. It's cool. And Fatima told me we got to get a bigger house. Yes, you do. Because y'all only, from what I know, y'all only got one room and it's upstairs. That's it. Yeah, it is what it is. So Karen, she driving, trying to figure out her life. Preston called her on the phone. This whole back and forth. What you doing? I'm driving. I'll be at your house. I got to get my box of clothes. I'll put them in a box. Clothes. Why you do this? What doing what? This whole back and forth. Is you ain't or is you is. Get the clothes, give them to him, and he need to go about his life. I'm over that. All right. So this is the last scene of this episode. Did y'all think that this scene was climactic or anticlimactic? Let me know, because I kind of feel like this scene kind of fell flat for me, because I guess I did predict it. That's one thing I did predict. But the only thing is, who got shot? So I'm not even finna go no back and forth, because Q took the spare keys, so he couldn't get his car. He coming over there, give me my car, ain't giving you nothing. That whole back and forth. Q pulls out the gun. And what you gonna do? And then Q says, the only reason why you got me last time is because you sucker punched me. Yeah. So then Maurice should have just walked away. Because Maurice should have just walked away. They tussle over the gun. The gun goes off. We don't know who got shot. We figured that, right? So Maurice, you should have just let it go. Because if you're the one that's shot, you back in the hospital. If Q is the one that's shot, then there's a possibility that your bail will be revoked and you'll be back in jail. And all the hard work that Sabrina went through to get you out of jail was for naught, was for nothing. So, just like Calvin said, let it go. I think you better let it go. TKO. Well, we'll see. So I hope I actually hope that Maurice is the one that gets shot. That's what I really hope. Because if Maurice gets shot, then he comes off as a victim. And then that'll make Q end up having to go back to jail. So that's what I hope. I actually hope Maurice is the one that got shot. So yeah, what y'all think about this season finale of Sistas? Are you glad that it's over? This was a long review. I did not mean for this to be this long. And even me ad-libbing. Because I thought I was going to run through this real fast. But tell me what y'all think. And add it in the comments. And we'll see. Aaron, John, Maurice shot. That whole intervention was nothing. I mean, it didn't get anywhere. Nothing was progressive about it. Yeah. Did Sheila be like, I know I forgot a lot. Charges to my head. Now my heart, Jesus loves you. And y'all have a great day. See you next time. And yeah, I will not be here next week. So yeah, but I'm still going to review Zatima. I'm still going to do the trailer breakdowns for Zatima. And I also review Love and Marriage DC. I review the Escapes, Queens, the Escape and SWV. I review that. So check that out too. So we have a good time. Y'all have a great day. Bye.